Hey there, rock stars. It is Sarah Rockin' Robbins here, author of the best-selling book, Rock Your Network Marketing Business. Shout out below if you've read it. And creator of the CD series, the Rockstar Recruiting School, and my new one for leaders, the Masterclass Edition, all of which you can find on my site at sarahrobbins.com or on Amazon as well. I am so thrilled to be coming to you live with another episode of the Rockstar Recruiting School Live, where I'm going to teach you a quick and simple hack to launch your business strong and to leverage your events and to maximize your commissions too. I would love to hear who's out there and watching today. Go ahead and shout out below where you're tuning in from. I would love to say hi, and remember, please click share to share this onto your team pages so they can watch this live with you. The more who know, the greater you grow. Today we're going to be talking about really how to launch your business strong. Now, in chapter 8 of my book, Rock Your Network Marketing Business, you know, a book is good when you highlight your own book, right? We talk about the power start and effective enrollment and duplication. There's 3 simple things that I focus on when we talk about how to launch a new distributor strong. 3 things that I really make sure that I focus on. The first one is their list. So their list, really, you know, brainstorming with them, writing down their list, going through their phone, their Facebook, a little memory jogger. And then we talk about, you know, inviting language. All right, let's start your top 10 people. Who are they? Tell me about them. Let's brainstorm a way to reach out. And we brainstorm inviting language and what to invite to. And I make sure that they're confident with that. And we slowly kind of go through working through their list. And a challenge that I give to them is 200 reach outs during their first month. And they track that as well. The second thing that I focus in on is their launch. And I really like to make sure that they have 3 events in their first month. Now, I'm not a party plan company in my company. However, I believe launch events are one of the greatest ways that you can get in front of a lot of people at once as you launch your business, and really to leverage your time, right? If you just have an hour, don't you want to share this with 20 people at once versus calling them all individually? So we'll talk about that today. And then the third thing is being active on social media. A post today keeps leads coming your way. They don't have to all be about your business, but how do you share the story? Because, you know, as network marketing professionals, we are paid storytellers. How do you tell the story without saying, buy my products, join my team? Could be a before and after picture, a testimonial, a place you've been in the press, a success story, etc. If you haven't heard it before, watch my social media summit. You can just Google Sarah Robbins Social Media Summit, and that tells you basically how to do social media the right way, okay? But today we're specifically going to focus on the launch event, okay? So here on page 89, I talk about how to launch your new distributor strong. And you'll see in the book that I say, you know, I follow the I do, we do, you do method. Again, I recommend 3 events in their first month. The first one I do. The second one we do together, so they'll do one half the presentation, I'll do the second, I'll give them some feedback. And the third, they do on their own, because this is a business of duplication, so you have to empower leaders, okay? It's like the see one, do one, teach one method that you see a lot of doctors talk about, our founders, they talk about the see one, do one, teach one. So it's I do, we do, you do. Now I do recommend that there's an element of launching your business virtually in there as well for the people who can't come to a live launch event. So I got to brainstorming the other day and I started to think, how can we kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? How can we get this out virtually to people all while launching our business locally? And you know, back in the day I would tell you, hey, do 2 live events and 1 virtual event and get the message out to other people. But then I started to think, why can we not leverage technology and the momentum and the excitement that's in the room of that very first launch event and broadcast it everywhere? So I recently launched a new distributor, and shout out to her, she knows who she is, and we started talking about how to really leverage this very special event being her grand opening, her ribbon cutting, a little cocktails and conversations or a little coffee and conversations. She tells her friends it's going to be an awesome night of networking, no purchase necessary, but a chance to learn. And of course, to celebrate this amazing achievement, you know, this incredible opening of her business. Or if she does a brunch time event, you do little, you know, muffins and mimosas or coffee and conversations. So we started to talk about brainstorming. Okay, who are you going to invite? And back in the day, it was interesting. One of my business partners, Elizabeth Guess, she did this training, this amazing training. She's top leader in our company. And she said, you know, I train my team when they put out invitations, don't just put the invitations out to people that you live close to you. She said, I tell my team to put the invitations out to everybody, even if they live out of state, because it's just a really good excuse to pick up the phone and say, of course I know that you can't come to the event, but I wanted you to feel included. I just wanted to share with you more about what I'm doing. Isn't that a great idea? Give me some hearts if you love that idea, or post below. I thought that was a brilliant idea, but this was back in the day when we didn't have technology. Now today on your invitations, you can actually include your local event, but a way for them to tune in virtually too. So as I was training my new distributor the other day, I said, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to leverage technology. So, you know, if I'm going to Skype in, or I'm going to, you know, FaceTime in, or Zoom is another really great platform. If I'm going to Zoom in to your launch event, and I'm going to be in Michigan, and you're going to be in Connecticut, and I'm going to be launching this to you. Basically what she's going to have at her end, out of state, she's going to have all of her products set up, all of the order forms, you know, she's got the music going, she's got all of her refreshments. I'm in my office and I'm doing the presentation with her, the first one. Remember, it's the I do. She'll open, welcome, tell her story, and tell her why, and she'll introduce me to do the presentation. The cool thing is now I can do that from home. I don't have to fly there to launch her business. I'm going to do it via way of technology. But all while doing that, she can stream it into a Facebook group or a Facebook event and add all of the long distance people to that group and invite them to attend and to watch live virtually in their cozy clothes, their favorite fall beverage, and just get a chance to hear what it is that she's up to. She can do some giveaways, etc., so much more. So here's the thing. How would you do it by way of technology? Well, here's what we're going to do. Now, this is going to require you guys, of course, learning more on your own, and this is a learn as you earn business. You're going to have to take some initiative here. I use a platform called Zoom. I'm in no way connected with them. I don't make commissions, although I should. I wish I did. Maybe I should look into that. But anyways, I use a platform called Zoom. And Zoom is super cool because it allows us to just have a meeting face-to-face. But I told her, I said, you know what, I'll Zoom into your meeting. And the people at Zoom were amazing, by the way. Just shout out to them, because one day I just needed a tutorial on how to work Zoom. And they were like, let's just get on right now. And they sent me a link and I got on and we figured it all out and it worked brilliantly. So if you need help, just, you know, reach out to them and ask, hey, can you give me a tutorial? It's a great platform you can use for training your team face-to-face. You can all be wherever you are and see each other. It's like the Brady Bunch. It's awesome. You get the little Brady Bunch view. You can do webinars, you can do presentations, but this new feature that I love that Zoom has, it allows you to stream whatever presentation is happening into a Facebook group. I don't have time to teach you all the technicalities now. You can either say, oh, that's too hard, and put it in the that's too hard box, or write it down and say, you know what? That's my goal. That's my challenge this week. I'm going to call the folks at Zoom and I'm going to say, teach me how. Okay? I'm going to give you some other options too if you don't want to go that route, because there is a cost to using Zoom, as there is most tools as well. But anyway, so we're going to get on Zoom. I'm going to be sitting in my computer, in front of my computer. She's going to have her computer tilted out so I can see her in the crowd. And she's going to open up and welcome and tell her story, tell her why, and then she's going to introduce me, her business partner, who's going to tell them more. She's going to project me basically onto her TV. You could do Apple TV, or you could do a little HDMI cord, but she's going to project me on her TV. I've trained on virtual events in the past, so you can find out more about how to do that piece of it on my blog at sarahrobbins.com. And all while doing this, I'm going to actually stream my Zoom presentation into a Facebook group. And she's going to add all of her people who say, you know what, I can't come locally, but I can attend virtually, and they're going to watch simultaneously. Isn't that brilliant, you guys? So now we don't have to do a separate virtual event and a separate live event. It maxes everybody's time, and we're doing it all at once, because nothing can replace that excitement at that very first event. Here's another idea for you. If you're thinking, the technology of this sounds a little overwhelming. Well, think about it this way. You could Skype into somebody's event. I mean, I'm assuming we all know how to do Skype here, right? You could FaceTime into their event. You figure out that piece, how you want to broadcast into their event, okay? Another idea of what you could do as well, wouldn't be as clear, but you could do a little Facebook Live into a group as well. So somebody on her end, let's say her husband or a best friend, could be basically doing Facebook Live into a group page as well and sharing the presentation that way too. So guys, I want you really thinking big and getting creative here. If you have other ideas as it relates to the technology, feel free to share. But if you learned Zoom and you use it as a great platform, let's say for training your team, for doing webinars, for doing, your virtual presentations, I do virtual beauty bashes, leveraging that. All I do is I go onto the Zoom platform and I do my stuff and I just click stream on Facebook. I'm not even on Facebook, I'm on Zoom. And it streams it into a Facebook group or event page for me. They'll give you the tutorial how. I do that for my team all the time. But now, when I launch a new team member, I can go ahead and do the launch via Zoom. They can put it on their TV and I can click stream onto a Facebook group page that is their virtual event too. Isn't that brilliant? I mean, mind-boggling, right? It is so exciting. I'm sure that there's a lot of questions on this, so if you have them, make sure that you post them below. But guys, I want to encourage you to pick up this book and to grab the tips that you're going to find in Chapter 7 on how to start a newbie strong. We focus specifically on events on page 89. So if you're looking for kind of traditional ideas for how to just do, like, let's say you're like, this is too much for me, I just want to know how to do it in somebody's living room. This book is going to teach you how to prepare, who to invite, and how to set up the event, and really the most important components of the presentation, as well as follow-up too. You can find more tips like this as well as how to do virtual events over on my blog at sarahrobbins.com. But for now, I want you to shout out, what are your takeaways? Did something today help you to learn a little bit or get you dreaming bigger? All right, anybody excited to go learn Zoom? I don't know. All right, guys, if it did help, I want you to go ahead and shout out below. Go ahead and share this onto your team pages and think about how to leverage the beauty of that local event so people can not only watch locally, but globally as well. And if you take no other tip away, guys, no other tip at this, when you send out invitations, don't just send it to people who live by them. Send it to everyone. And then use it as an excuse to say, hey, I know you couldn't come to my living room, but I wanted to include you in the exciting news. All right, guys, did today's training help you? I hope so. Make sure you click share it with your teams. Get more tips on my book over on the blog or over on the blog today at sarahrobbins.com. Guys, have a great day. God bless, and goodbye for now. Rock on, rock stars.